Society affects what we perceive as normal. Many people who are being pressured and feeling bad for themselves because of the problems and hardship they have in their life. In Azerbaijan, there is an issue to which, if you pay attention, here people are afraid to visit psychologists because the fear of being blamed as a psychopath. Visiting a psychologist in Azerbaijan is counted as a shame. The narrow thinking of society leads to lack of understanding and empathy between people. People prefer to hide everything inside and not share their feelings with others from their family and friends. As a result of that, there is negative impact on a person's psychological and physical health.
When people do not express feelings but keep them inside, one's body often reacts. Stomach aches, headaches, and sleeping problems are just some of the ways our body reacts to stress and physical pain. Therapy effectively decreases patients' depression and anxiety. It can have a positive effect on the body's immune system. Emotional and physical health are very closely linked, and that therapy can improve a person's overall health status. Visiting a psychologist will give you a whole new perspective on other people. Some people are under the false impression that therapy is for weak people. Therapy is not just something that smart people use. It's something that everybody should probably try doing at least some point in their lives. A huge benefit of talk therapy is that its effects are long lasting. With talk therapy, one becomes more aware of what is making one feel anxious, sad, angry, or frustrated, and then one is free to decide how to manage these feelings.
I want to tell you a story about my very close friend since childhood. She is a person who suffered from OCD and severe depression and anxiety caused by it. So you might be wondering, what is OCD? Well, here's your answer. Obsessive compulsive disorder is a mental illness that cannot be easily cured. A person suffering from it gets unwanted thoughts all the time and cannot stop them. But not only do they get the thoughts that they don't want and can't stop, but they also do some repeated actions to relieve the anxiety. For instance, excessive hand washing. It is a horrifying illness that makes you feel trapped in your thoughts. Even though she said she was feeling alright, I could see it from her eyes. She wasn't feeling the way she said she was. However, I could finally convince her to seek a psychological help, and she didn't regret it in the end. After several months of appointments with a psychologist, she started to notice some positive changes in herself. I could see how her eyes got back their happiness and light. I was happy to see her progress. Without the help of professionals, she could have still suffered from OCD. My friend finally understood that there is absolutely nothing wrong with seeking a psychological help when needed.
Today, the major problem with such reaction in Azerbaijan towards people who seek psychological help comes from the lack of understanding between us humans. Most of us don't even have an idea what it is like to go through anxiety, depression, sadness, lack of confidence, even hatred towards yourself, and feelings of regrets. Many people around the world have appointments with their psychologists talking about the issues that really worry them, affect their daily life, and health most importantly. Constant sounds in their heads talking and discussing the problems in their life over and over again. Can you even imagine what it's like? Not all of us are capable to fight all of that with zero support, because the ones around us, we feel ashamed of sharing our challenges with them. It's hard for us to open up to someone because we're afraid of the negative reactions, as the truth of the matter is that we simply cannot empathize. Hundreds of people out there in our country go through many hardships, and none of them can say or talk about it. Because we have this fear that people won't understand, they will look down on us. And the fear of exceeding the limits of the norms that was set up by our society gives us a shiver and backs us down. Surely a lot of people also seek a psychological assistance, but hide it just like any other average person in this country would. These fears simply don't let us change.
Millions of people all around the world visit psychologists,
Most of them do it because of constant stress on their work and lack of free time for themselves. They just need to feel that there is somebody who can help them to manage their anxiety. That does not mean in any way that these people are psychopaths and have mental illnesses. In many countries, it is normal if someone visits a psychologist. Each of us can have hardships. In Azerbaijan, unfortunately, when somebody visits a psychologist, it is a big drama. Because of this mentality, psychology of people suffers even more. Can you imagine that you know that visiting a psychologist may help you to cope with stress, but you do not do it because you care about what people will think about you? This will make you feel even worse. That is why we should change our mind about this issue and let everyone to solve their problems, because it is none of our business and because it harms and pressures people's psychology even more.